Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. I wish my name was Markiplier. That sounds like a cool name. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft Xbox 360 Nostalgic Edition. Now the last episode, hold on a second. Now the last episode was called Minecraft XB, and it got like no views, which is funny because I was interested to see what, like, not necessarily doing the most obvious clickbait thing, how much of an effect that would have, and apparently it has the most massive effect. But the cool thing about it is the fact that it showed who the real ones are, so that's awesome. I finally got to kind of hone in on the people who were really here for it, especially considering I took such a long hiatus, and it might look like I'm going to have another long hiatus, but you need to remember I only play this when I have the time, which, I mean, I do have the time, but I have to be in the mood. I have to feel like it. I mean, I've been thinking about going out. It's a beautiful day, but at the same time, I've been thinking I owe the handful of people that are invested in this an update / a new video, and a lot has happened in the last 7 days, so it would be nice to kind of unload and talk about what's all just kind of gone on in my life a little bit. And yeah, as far as projects go, I guess maybe start with this. Hold on, have I made a ton of stone? Yeah, I think maybe we'll start with the tower as far as projects go today. But in this episode, I'm going to highlight some comments, as long as I can figure out how to do that using Linux, because I'm on Linux at the minute. And I'm going to show some comments from the previous video, because the comments on that video, excuse me, are the real ones. The comments on that video are the ones that are really interested in continuing to see this series, because I thought I was getting a lot of views, but a lot of them people, as I fully expected, are just kind of passing through, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to attach yourself to every single thing that you see on the internet. You can just watch a video and then never interact with that channel again. That's fine, absolutely fine. I do it all the time. But it's interesting to me to see what pulls in what sort of people, and like, viewers don't necessarily mean people who are interested. They just mean people who might just be looking for something to put on. And like I've said several times before, that's kind of my goal with this, is to just have something you could put on in the background. And yeah, let's move on from talking about that, and we'll highlight some comments if I can figure it out. First off, we have a comment from Kriaga I again. The great return of Mulchi. Yeah. I mean, I would hardly call it a great return, because it's not like I am here constantly. I'm just here whenever. But yeah, I'm going to be uploading more frequently, or at least when I get the chance to. It really depends on if my life enables it to happen, basically. I need to be able to sit in this room for an hour or two and then just talk. And it's really hard to find the time to do that, because I get interrupted an awful lot. And like, there's a lot of things that are going on in my life that I need to like involve myself with. I can't just sit here and play Minecraft all the time. I mean, it's funny because when I'm just playing Minecraft and not doing commentary, I'm left alone. But as soon as I'm doing commentary, it's like impossible for me to find the time to do something. So yeah, I'm back. I'm going to be making more videos, but for the time being, like I've said previously, I want to live my life and then come back, so then I can talk about what's been going on in my life, instead of just sitting here and doing like, oh, I'll just sit here for 7 hours and upload scheduled daily uploads, because my life isn't making video game content. It is very different. So, but yeah, I'm back. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. We've got a nice, really nice one actually, from Ultimate Bat Dave 7425, and it's the formatting on YouTube is terrible. So it's kind of hard to see, but it's okay because I'm going to read it out for you. Glad to see you back from holiday. Yeah, I was away for Easter, just in case anyone didn't know. To be honest, it's fascinating to hear of your experiences and thoughts. Plus the rambles, as you call them, hit very different, backed by Minecraft music. Modern philosophy manifested. That's like such a nice, like such an awesome thing to say, to call what I'm doing modern philosophy. is like it's just it's crazy, man. I really like I really appreciate that. I mean, it's such a way to stroke my ego. You know, I wouldn't say modern philosophy, but I would say I have opinions on like everyday things and like how I deal with stuff and problems that I've had in my life. I like to talk about these things because I feel like I'm still learning from them. And if someone's going through a similar situation, then maybe they can learn from them too. I did also mention in the last episode that the audio was very broken for the music, so I wanted to make sure I fixed that for this episode. So hopefully everything will be sounding all good and fine. And thank you for following me on Twitch, by the way. My Twitch account is Mulchi Live if you're interested. I noticed that Ultimate Bat Dave followed me on Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch since then, but I do get notified if you follow me. So that's awesome. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for your comment. We've got a comment from an absolute legend here. It's not showing up yet. I need to resize it, and then boom! Swagsy Dawn, 1947. I love this guy. Praising the sun. Hey, he's back, waiting for weeks. Hope all is okay. I love your concern. I love that. Yeah, I'm fine. I've had a difficult week, but nothing too taxing, I suppose. I guess as I age, I'm getting better at dealing with situations. But this situation weirdly kind of dealt with itself, and I felt like almost an outsider, which is not a bad thing. It did make me feel good about the fact that I have people around me I can rely on. So, you know, all is good, but things are going crazy, or like things are finally starting to settle. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about it because it's on my mind. And like, I don't want it to be like something I just never talk about. You know, some people go through shit and they just never talk about it. I've swore. Now no one's going to see this video. But yeah, I was like that for the longest time, and I feel like this is my outlet, like sitting talking. I don't just do Minecraft, but one thing I find myself doing an awful lot is talking to myself, whether that be on a microphone, to a video, or just, I don't know why. I like to think out loud, and something like this makes me feel like I'm doing it with purpose. And yeah, all is okay. All is pretty well. I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you for your comment, and thank you for always coming back. Swagsy Don, I really appreciate it. Praise the sun! And finally, we've got a comment from Caleb_version. I'm so excited to see you posted again. I've been waiting. I mean, I was waiting to come back, to be honest with you. One of the few things, I was trying not to think about it because it's just a silly little niche thing that I do. There was a part of me that was thinking, maybe I would stop. Maybe I would do a final episode soon. Because, like I said, the dream was to showcase my Minecraft world with people and have it actually be seen. I feel like I've already done that. Like, the foundation, the goal that I set in the beginning was achieved in the first video. And then I said I want to upgrade all the buildings, and I'm getting close to having them all done. It might be interesting to do a new world once I've done upgrading all this stuff. To do a whole new world and then try and beat the game, try and do the end on Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition, because I have no idea what the end is like on Xbox 360 Edition. It would be cool to pop those achievements. You might have seen I've popped a few achievements playing this already. It would be cool to pop some more. And yeah, so for now, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate it. And the 4 names here that you've seen today have been commenting on practically every episode of this. So, as you can imagine, it means a lot to me to see repeat viewers, to see who actually are sticking around, because the nature of what I'm doing is something that you just put on and forget about. So the fact that you're actually invested in what's going on and what's going to happen, it's just a really cool thing to me. I have to check to make sure this isn't like the first block is down for the tower upgrade. Torch. I'll stick with the torch for. Let's do the outside first. That torch fell, and I don't have any replacements. But yeah, it means a lot to me that people are actually watching this and actually hearing what I'm saying. You know, because I watch stuff like this, and I wouldn't say I really hear what people are saying. I watch it, and then it's just kind of on, and I'm not really picking up on what people are saying. So the fact that people are, you know, even a small handful of people are actually hearing me and listening to me and, you know, caring about, I guess, what they're hearing, you know, they're actually invested and interested in what they're listening to. It means an awful lot to me. It's just, you know, I never really feel like I'm worth the effort or the interest, but it never has stopped me doing stuff like this. I've always done stuff like this. I've always loved doing stuff like this. I've always loved making videos, but like, people have this idea of making videos where it's like, oh, you've got to make a script, and if you haven't got a script, you're not making a video. And like, I've never been like that. I've always been more just freeform, let it happen as it happens, sort of like, you know. And you know, usually there's some kind of editing. Like, even like those people that are just like, oh, stream of consciousness, so I might say something stupid. Like, even those people that are big on doing stuff like that, um, they edit. They have editors. Like, I don't have any of that. I am the editor if there's any editing, and like, I'm trying not to edit these videos so we can just have one long cohesive stream of consciousness experience, and you can just watch as I do something mindless, or not totally mindless, but pretty mindless, and you can watch as I actively, I don't know, improve something. So my Minecraft world, you know, I'm improving it and it doesn't need to be improved. But one thing that made me a little worried was that my Xbox was struggling to connect to the internet, and apparently that's because we use 5 gigahertz routers now, and things can struggle. But what I did notice is when I couldn't connect to the internet was that I couldn't access Minecraft. So I used tethering on my phone, and then I could connect to it fine. But that's not what's worrying about it. What's worrying about it is it means if for some reason I lose the ability to connect my Xbox to the Xbox servers, I will not be able to play Minecraft Xbox 360 ever again. So it all comes down to Microsoft deciding it's not worth having the Xbox 360 servers up. And when that day happens, I will never be able to play this world again. So if anyone knows anything about maybe backing up saves from Legacy Edition so I can put it on my computer, so that, you know, or like somehow integrating an Xbox 360 world into a PC world, or something like that. A Bedrock world, like taking a save from this, putting it on a USB, because I know you can do that, you can edit saves with a USB, but can you like take a save and... That was the wrong place. I've completely ruined my fountain. No! I knew I was going to do that. I don't have a bucket. Okay, it can't be that hard to fix. I think it's pretty much just... That's literally the only reason this works. This is probably spilling everywhere right now, which is hilarious to think about. I would have never defied the sanctity of this fountain. Okay, I think we're good, actually. I think what this has done is actually made it easier for me. Okay, cool. But yeah, I am slightly concerned about the future of this world. Because if, for whatever reason, the servers go down, which, you know, Microsoft might want to save money, then, I mean, I suppose if I buy the physical disc version of the game, then the game can't be like, oh, you can't play me. I suppose that's the only way I can do it, really, right? I mean, if there isn't a way to put my worlds on something else, it would be really cool, honestly, to take this world and put it on current Minecraft, because it would have all the world to generate again. I would be able to relive this world with, like, in current standards. It's something I can't really do right now. This is going to be so messy. No, don't. Oh no, I need to dig more. Oh! Yeah, if I could put this on current Minecraft, that would be amazing. So if anyone knows anything, I'm gonna have to Google it. Like, no one's gonna know anything about something as silly as this. Oh, I don't know, maybe you guys will know, but you guys will probably just Google it as well. This is how wrong I'm doing this. I'm going to drown in my own water fountain. So yeah, I am slightly concerned about that. What on earth? Is that meant to be there? I'm going to have to get out of this fountain and have a look at what's going on. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I kind of fully expected this to start happening, but I'm not 100% certain on how to fix this. Oh, the ladder is also waterlogged? Or is it past the ladder? No, it's waterlogging the ladder. That's good. Oh, okay, so here we have water landing on top of this. Why is... excuse me. Why is that happening? Why has it, like, come out like this? Maybe I just need to... No. Stop moving. No! I hate working with water sculptures, which is why I've never done this again. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this all the way down, aren't I? To fix this. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, this might take longer than I initially expected, because that's just obnoxious that it's gonna do that the whole way. It's literally, yeah, it's gonna do that the entire way down. Stop falling. I'm also not moving the stick, so the game is just like pushing me in a random direction. I don't like water sculptures. This is why I only ever had one water tower. Because water is like the most annoying thing to work with in this game. You're constantly drowning and then you're constantly falling. It's just not worth the effort. Don't build water sculptures, no matter how cool it looks. You make one mistake and you're paying for it for the rest of your life, it feels like. Okay, what I need to do actually is just... I'll completely block off both sides. So it has nowhere else to go. And then once I've got both sides completely blocked off, I'll just have to mine down. That's going to be the best way to fix it, I think. Once I'm finished with the water, I need to keep it all contained though, so... Can you stop moving me backwards? Ugh, stop. You think there would be an easier way of doing this, but there isn't. You're like, oh, I just need to get rid of this one block, and then it's like, no, the way the water works is it goes all the way down, so you have to do all this extra stuff. While constantly fighting the current. Don't work with water. It's not worth it. I don't know why I was so obsessed with incorporating this into sculptures. I seriously regret it. It took me... I remember this taking me forever because of this. Like, years and years and years ago, I was so determined to get it. I was like, but it will look so cool. But at what cost? Seriously, can't that just be it? How is this not enough for you? There we go. Okay, we're contained on one side. Are we? Why is it still... Oh no, it's just taking forever to like... Just taking forever to disappear. That's fine. Is it actually disappearing? Why is it just floating now? Yeah, it is just taking forever. Xbox 360 edition is so slow, man. Just stand here and watch it take an hour to disappear. Okay, that was an ordeal. That kind of completely rerouted my thought process because I was just too busy trying to deal with this. But it looks like we're now safe on this side, so I think what I'm going to have to do is block the top portion again. I'm going to have to block all the way down to upgrade this. Also, my my doorbell is rip my doorbell. That was a headache. That was such a minor thing, and it was such a headache. Minor, get it? Minecraft. But yeah, okay. So let me try and talk about what happened over the past week or so. I'm sorry that I haven't really done much of the commentating. I just kind of got swept away, quite literally, in the water there. So my car broke while I was out quite far away. Kind of a terrifying experience because I've never been in a situation like this, so I didn't know how to deal with it, and I don't know if I still do. It made me feel really useless. The fact that my car broke and I was just like, help. I didn't know what to do. So let me explain what happened. I've said before, I make skateboarding videos. I like to go skateboarding. I wasn't going out to go make a skateboarding video. I just was out to be out and like just try and enjoy the weather because the weather was nice. And I'd gone from a full day, really good day of skating, like achieving a lot, doing really well. Please don't tell me that's just created another horrible... You know what? Screw it. Let's just block the whole thing. No, because if I do that, then I'll probably have even more problems down the line. Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out how to get this water to behave in a way that's not going to completely jeopardize everything. I'll continue saying what I was saying in a second. I'm just trying to get this water to do what I want it to, mainly. Once I finish this top portion, I'm thinking really, like my head hurts. I can feel the hamster in my brain going overtime right now, being like, oh, be careful. I don't think I need to be that careful anymore. I think I've mostly dealt with it, so... Yeah, there's the top. Top is now done. Awesome. Awesome sauce! I need to do... Okay, that's where I'm going down now. So yeah, I like to go skateboarding, is this the story I was trying to say. It's not a story, it's the truth. It's not like made up, it's genuinely just, it's what I like to do. It's my going to the gym, it's my exercise. I'm not very good at it. Like I'm okay, I'm getting better. It took me, I was like stuck. I was like walled with progression for what I feel like was 10 years. Like I feel like some people, they skate and then like 2-3 years later, they're like really good. But then there was me and like 10 years of skating, and like I can ride a skateboard but I can't get it to do what I want it to. So like, oh no, no, stop, please stop. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I'm not great at skateboarding. I'm pretty good. I feel like I could do stuff if I want to. It's not like I'm completely like, I don't know what I'm doing or completely clueless, but I just lack faith in myself. And that might be a thing that's got more to do with me and my mindset than actually my ability to do stuff. But yeah, I definitely struggle to have faith in myself. And even now at this point in my life where I'm like, I know physically what I'm doing, I just still don't believe I can do it. Like there's still some part of me that's basically just being like, nope, I'm not doing that. Like when I want to do something. And it really frustrates me because it's like, I know I can do this, I just don't know why there's that little voice in my head that's saying, hey, you can't. Like, but I've proven to myself through going out and actually doing these things that I can do them. But it's like as soon as I want these things, I'm not allowed them. Like for some reason there's this internal voice that's just like, nope. So there's a lot of things I want to do skateboarding wise, and then I kind of want to move on from it. I don't know what I want to move on to. I don't want to ever stop. It's not like there's a real end goal for me, but I do know there's a certain level I want to get to, and I'm still not there yet. I don't want to be like pro, but I do want to be able to do, you know, the skateboarding tricks. There's a witch just sat up there. You know, 360 flips I can't do yet. I've skated for a really long time, and that's that one trick that frustrates me the most, because it's the skateboarding trick, besides from the kickflip. Like, it's the skater's skateboarding trick, it seems like. And it's not a trick I'm really that interested in personally. It's not something I'm interested in. It's not a trick that I think, oh, I gotta go get that, dude. But, like, I feel like as a skateboarder, if you can't do that, then what... then everything else is, like... I don't know. It's not as valid, almost. Which I know is silly, because what's valid is what you want to do. But as someone who likes to make videos about it, I do want to hit that milestone and know that because I've been putting in the work for such a long time, I just want to hit that growth and really, really just know that even though I worked really hard for it and thought many times that I would never get there, that I finally get there, it would be such a rewarding experience. And that's what skateboarding is like, you try forever and you never think you're going to do it, and then one day you do it. And like, it just lights up all of the things in my brain that make me happy. And very few things actually light up those things in my brain, and that annoys me as well, because I've been thinking to myself, and I broke my leg a while ago skateboarding, and it really annoys me that that's one of the only things that makes the thing in my brain go, oh, my life is worth it. It really annoys me, because I wish there was something else that lit my brain up like that, because I one day will not be able to skate. It will be due to old age or whatever, or maybe I'll never get to that age. You know, if I never get to that age, then that would suck. But you know, I am fully expecting to get to a point where I can't physically do it anymore, and I'll never get that feeling of I've really achieved something. Because when I achieve something in anything else, it just does. It feels empty. And I don't know if that's because of skateboarding, or if skateboarding is just the thing for me, but like, I really don't want it to be the thing for me, because it sucks. Like, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world, but it sucks because I live in the UK. I've been in the UK my entire life. There's no way I'm ever going to move. It's just not going to happen. I can't afford it, and even if I could, I don't know, the way I can live here versus the way I would have to live anywhere else in the world, it's just not worth it. So, but because of the UK, skateboarding is terrible. Like, the location is absolutely awful for skateboarding, and trying to learn stuff in an environment that's like actively out to get you and prevent you from succeeding, because skateboarding kind of needs, which doesn't need, but it really helps to have nice flat ground, nice smooth flooring, stuff like that. It really, really helps with skateboarding. But where everywhere's a road and everywhere's cars, and then you could go to a skate park, but the skate parks are more like playgrounds, and there are just young kids everywhere. And I'm not saying kids can't use a public space, but like, I can't go out and practice what I practice. You know, it would be like, you don't dump your kids at the leisure center. You know, we've got leisure centers everywhere where people go and do their gym stuff. You don't just dump your kids at people's gyms and just fill gyms with kids. Adults go to these gyms and work out. No one's like dropping their kids off and being like, oh, I'll just leave my kid here. The gym is a free babysitter. But the approach to the skate park seems to be, well, it's free, it's outside, and I could just put my kid here, give him a scooter, and yeah, I don't have to be present at all. Parents just disappear when there's a skate park around, and it upsets me, because the skate park was designed for people to do wheeled sports, not for you to drop your kids off and just leave them there and like riding in circles and running into you and just like having absolutely no brains because they're too young to comprehend what they're doing, and they're just being left on their own. It really bothers me. It's really bad parenting. Not only that, but it makes it like impossible for me to focus on what I'm trying to do, which is trying to get better at something I care about. I'm not allowed to because someone's kid's always in the way. I can't skate the thing. Someone's sitting on it. I can't do this because someone's running around. I can't. There's some toddler. There's some kid chasing me. Some kid keeps asking me stupid questions. Like, I just leave me alone. I don't want. I'm not here to hang out with kids. I'm not here to be daddy daycare. I'm here to skateboard. I'm using the facility for its intended purpose. No one goes, oh, there's a football match on. Let me just dump little Timmy at the football game. Like, why not? It's the same idea. Oh, what? But skateboarding and stuff like that is not respectable. But kicking a ball around is, apparently. Don't disturb those men. They're kicking the ball. Like what I'm doing isn't way harder. You know, there's an element of randomness to football, and there is to skateboarding as well, but for the most part, you can control what you're doing. You can build up a sense of what you're doing and really have control. Now, I'm not very good at football, so I don't know if the most professional footballer in the world knows exactly what's going to happen when they kick that ball. I don't know if they've accounted for everything. I don't know if they just know how kicking that ball is going to end up, and it could be the case that they do, and that would be really cool. I would really respect that, but I just can't help but feel like there's too much going on. There's the wind, you know, there's all sorts of things affecting what's going to happen. And if pro football players are really that smart and like really that dialed in, then sure, I respect it. But then at the same time, I don't respect it because they get paid millions just to kick a ball around. And it's like, well, just because you know how to kick a ball good, how does that equate to you being rich and living in a mansion versus like someone like me? Why is what I do not respectable when it's arguably way harder? And then if you can dial into that, then you've put in more time than any footballer, because most footballers are like in their prime when they're 18. And I don't know, I'm just salty about the whole skateboarding thing, I guess. And this is why I wish I had something else that made me feel I hate this tower so much. Working on this tower, I like to look at it. I don't like working on it. Yeah, having something to do other than skateboarding would make me really happy. Something that like made me happy like skateboarding does, that wasn't skateboarding, just for the peace of mind. I would love it so much, because I'm going to be honest with you, there's going to be a day where I can't, and if there's nothing in my life worth doing but skateboarding, then when that day comes, what am I going to do with myself? I'm just going to be miserable forever, and I don't want that. I don't want to be like that. I want to find something that's just as fulfilling, like, or equally fulfilling, or, you know, because skateboarding is harsh, it's cruel, it's difficult, it doesn't care about you, it just, you do what you can, and you try and make yourself succeed, and you work really hard, and you can still work really hard and get absolutely nowhere in skateboarding, which is, you know, it is really brutal. It really is brutal, and the less you think, the more you achieve. But as you can tell, I am quite a thinker. I think a lot, and the way I'm speaking out loud right now is just, it's just part of that. It's just part of the fact that I think, and I can't help it. I can't stop thinking. It's frustrating. So when I'm trying to just be head empty, just trust your ability to do this. Empty your mind. Like, I can't do it. Just can't do it. It doesn't work for me. So, yeah, skateboarding, I love it, but it's like the one thing that brings me this sense of, oh yeah, that was well worth doing. There's nothing else in my life that feels like that, and that really bothers me, because why can't I do something else and get the same satisfaction? Like something that isn't tied to the weather, or something that isn't tied to the environment, or something that doesn't have to have so many factors going well in order for you to have a good day. Why can't I just have something like, I don't know, why can't I like cook a meal and be like, when I eat that meal, be like, yes. You get that same feeling of landing a hard trick. it sucks. It feels like I'm trapped because I can't not do it. Like, as dumb as that sounds, it feels like it's the only thing that brings me any joy in my life, and it hurts to feel like there's so many other things that as I was younger, I was interested in everything and I would try everything, and now as an adult, I feel like I've tried everything and I like nothing but this one thing, which doesn't seem to want me. But I stick with it because I like it so much, and I really hate this feeling in my head that that's going to be the only thing I like my entire life. Like that, I want something else to click like that in my life, and it doesn't seem to be happening. Not only that, but it's life is just hard, man. I think it's different for everybody, and we all live in different scenarios, obviously, and yeah, it's all a learning experience. So, I've been battling with this for a few years now, and to say I've learned something, it's all I've learned is that I'm really anxious about what my life is going to be like after skateboarding. Yeah, but my car broke after that tirade about skateboarding. My car broke. Let me explain what happened. So, because I was skateboarding, I went to a skate park, skated all day, had a really good skate. Then I had to go to the shop to pick some bits up. So I thought, looked at the map, thought, okay, I'm going to go pick some bits up. Then I realized I was about 40 miles away from home. I realized I could go 20 miles closer to home. There's a shop there, and then I could go to the skate park nearby. So I thought, whatever, I'm quite tired. I might as well just go park at the skate park, check out the skate park, see if it's empty or not. And yeah, maybe skate for half an hour before I go home. Again, kind of winding down a little bit. Got there, and it was absolutely rammed with kids on scooters, which is not a problem. I mean, it was not Easter. It wasn't Easter. It was bank holiday. So like, bank holiday weekend, you kind of expect kids to be out. They were off school, so whatever. Let them have their fun. Sat for a bit. I walked to a shop, had some chicken because I was like. Had some water as well. I bought some water because I was like, I'd been skating all day and I didn't want to like cramp in the car. Sat for about 20 minutes and then started the car, started driving forwards to come out of my space, and then keep driving because I don't know if I just like hit the curb and pulled it out the floor or something. Keep driving more, just like make sure I'm definitely out of the space. What on earth is that noise? I could still hear it. I've come out of the space, so it's definitely not the space anymore. This has got to be something involving the car. I get out, have a look under the car, and the exhaust is snapped in half, and half of the exhaust is on the floor. Some man comes running across from the pub. He says, "Oh my god, I just saw that happen. I just watched that happen." I was like, I look at him, and I just say, honestly, I have no idea what to do now. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll get some rope." And so we spend this half an hour. Like, he has this climbing rope, like this heavy industrial climbing rope. He wraps it underneath the car. We're tying these really complicated rope systems through the car and holding this exhaust up. And I don't know how to describe the back portion of the exhaust at the back of the car. That was still on there. The front portion of the exhaust, like the beginning of the pipe, it had snapped off from there, and then there was this box in the center, which I think is a silencer to silence the car, and also the catalytic converter, so, it takes the fumes and clears the fumes, makes it safe, so, for, like, pollution and stuff. So that bit had snapped off. I looked at the bottom, I saw it lying on the floor, and was like, there is one, this is a Renault Megane 2004. I had a 2008 prior to this, but it broke. So this is what happened. Apparently, this really, really, really heavy exhaust is just held on by one screw. And that one screw is held on to the bottom of the car by a piece of plastic. There is a piece of plastic that you screw into, which is attached to the bottom of the car. Why plastic? I don't know. Maybe it's good for heat or something. But it's certainly brittle, and it broke. So the bit of plastic broke, and then what happened is the silencer chamber fell down and it snapped. So it snapped clean off, and so I didn't know what to do. And then this guy with the rope, he was like, maybe that'll get you back. And then he was like, and I was like, where are you going? And I told him, it was like, oh, I need that rope back. It's expensive. So then he phoned someone and he's like, oh, don't worry, I know someone who can help. And he phoned someone and someone came over and they had an angle grinder and then they cut that portion of the exhaust off so I could drive it home. And like I put that portion of the exhaust in the car. And then I was like so grateful, thank you so much. I said thanks, you know, like repeatedly. And then it was like, don't worry about it, just go home, be safe, drive home safe. And I was like, what a crazy experience that was. And you know, I could have been absolutely panicking, and you know, inside my mind kind of was like, what do I do now? Am I just going to be stuck here? And like for a second, and then that guy came running over, and you know, he really helped me, and it felt kind of like, I don't know, I felt kind of blessed. I couldn't feel, you know, I should have been angry or something about the situation, but I wasn't. I was just like, oh. Like, you know, I'm an adult, I could figure this out sort of thing. And then that guy came running over, and then I was just kind of a bystander while these people just, they really helped me when I needed it. And I have breakdown cover, which I would have found out later if they weren't there, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if it was safe to drive like this or not. So I drove the car home without the silencer, really loud, so much gas. I didn't see any smoke, but there would have been insane fumes on the road. Luckily, I never got pulled over by any police. Got the car home. Then, because I told my partner on the phone what had happened when it had happened, by the time I got home, they were already online. She was already on the internet looking at cars. She found a car. She found this car and was like, oh, this looks alright, we should go and look at it. And then talking to her parents, and they're having a back and forth discussing what it's going to cost to fix. It needs new brakes, it needs new brake discs. They're talking about it. Is it a good idea? Should we buy this? Should we not? They've already had this whole conversation by the time I walk in the door. They're like, look at this, we should look at this car. So we send a message to them. Can we look at it tomorrow? Like, I've just drove home with this car that's fallen to pieces. And should we look at this tomorrow? Okay, let's look at this tomorrow. Me, full well knowing I can't afford to buy a car. I'm just like, okay, clearly you've got something planned, so like whatever, you know, I'm not expecting, because I was fully expected to just get home and just be like, yeah, no more car, I'm just gonna have to ride a bike for a few months, it's good, whatever. Then we went to see this car, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm buying this frigging car. They're, they're like, it's an eBay listing, and then they're like, oh yeah, we definitely want this car. And then he's like, oh, it's not the price I put on eBay, it's nowhere near, it's an extra like $1.5 grand. What the fuck? We don't have that. So Gemma's parents are like, oh, we've seen this car and it's in really good nick, so they just gave us the rest of the money, and now I just have another car within a day. And it kind of frazzled my brain, because the family on my side have never done anything like this for me, so it's like, it's so weird to me to have something like this, and they're saying that's what families are all about, this is what families for. And like, you know, I agree with them. I think I like this sense of it. I'm so grateful and so happy that they helped me in a way that I couldn't help myself. But it also hurt, man. Like, it's nothing but positive, but knowing that I can't look after myself in a way like this, it really hurts me. And it's not that I couldn't do it, it's that my bank account can't fucking do it for me. So, you know, it sucks being in a situation where you're just like, you just have to deal with what you've got, and you're just kind of stuck there, and like, no matter what you do, you can't actually improve the situation or the scenario financially, because the only way that you could have more money is if you just had more money. And like, you can't just have more money, you've just got what you've got, and you just have to live with it. You know, if you could just decide you had more money, then everyone would be rich. And yeah, it doesn't work like that. So, but the fact that everyone pulled together around me and got me a new car the day after that happened was just, it was such a surreal experience, and I felt like a bystander in my own life, and I don't like feeling like that. I am so grateful, but like, I do want to feel like the decisions I make are my own and not like something that everyone else is being feeling like they have to do. But also, it's a scenario where like I can drive and my partner's mother can drive, and that's it. And my partner's mother's at work all the time, all the friggin' time. And when she's not at work, she's running errands for everybody. She does everything for everyone. And so there's a scenario where they need someone needs to be driven somewhere or drove somewhere, and she's not available because she's busy dealing with everyone else's stuff. I've always kind of been like, yeah, I'll do it. So they kind of said to me, well, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be able to do X, Y, and Z. We wouldn't have been able to do all this stuff that we needed to do in the last couple of years. And like all this really important stuff would have just, like really important stuff would have just not been able to happen. So, you know, it's beneficial for everyone that I've got a car, not just me, but I'm really grateful. And I kind of, part of me was like, well, if I don't have a car, then I can fix my money and sort my money problems out. Like it would be quicker to sort it out, because the majority of what I get just goes into paying to have a car on the road. And then once I've paid all that, like I pay like a third of my income to insure my car. And then that's without paying for petrol. So, you know, it's really expensive having a car, but like I can't not have one. So I'm going to have to somehow work out a way to maybe not have more money, but to just stop spending money. Like maybe I'm just addicted to spending money, because the reality is the situation I live in, everything is more or less sorted for me. I don't have to buy anything. There's nothing I need to be buying. There's a lot of stuff I want, like for sure I want to upgrade my computer and stuff. That's really expensive stuff, but like I do want, I mean, I don't really need to. I know I don't need to. I want to, but I don't need to. There's a lot of stuff I have that I don't need because I impulse bought everything throughout all of my 20s. And I feel like I used to tell myself one day I'll have impulse bought everything and then I won't need to buy anything, and that's when the money will stay in my account. And I'm just kind of fingers crossed that that's what's going to be going on. But yeah, it was an absolutely insane series of events that happened so quickly that my brain is still frazzled, and it's hurting talking about it, not like emotionally, it's just hurting my brain. I guess I'm still processing the situation. I haven't actually gone out in the car on my own yet because I felt really guilty about it. I'm like, why should I have this? Because I wasn't able to do anything. I didn't do any of this. The people around me, you know, they all came together and they helped me. And you know, maybe I shouldn't feel bad about it, but like I can't help it. Like they say this is what family's for, and I agree. But my family on my side, they've never done anything like that. I don't know if they ever would, to be honest. Maybe they would. I don't know. I really doubt it. So I guess I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have people like this in my life, and it means a lot to me. It's really helped. When I couldn't help myself, it is something that I never got growing up because my family weren't like that. So I guess I got really lucky with the family I have ended up with. As cheesy as that sounds. But yeah, I feel like I can breathe now. I'm getting a little emotional, sorry, I'm gonna have to sip some of this coffee. Yeah, it's nice to offload that. It's nice to offload that. I haven't told any of my friends yet that I've got a different car, because my friends kept asking me to go to skate parks to see them, which is like, I would normally go to skate parks to see them, but they've moved like 40 miles away. I've got a friend that's moved like 20 miles away, and he lives 5 minutes from a skate park, so he can like lives 5 minutes on foot, so he can walk there. And he wants me to drive all that way just so he can skate at a skate park he can walk to, but he's like at work and you know, he's doing better with money than I am. And then there's the other one who like is hoarding gold coins. And I don't have any of that stuff. I just have stuff. Like I have material things. If I was to sell everything I owned, I probably wouldn't make like 500 quid because it's all old stuff that's been used and, you know, pre-loved, I guess. But you know, I feel like the stuff I have is a lot more value than the money I could get paid for it, so But then I shouldn't have to sell all the things I own just to feel like I'm making any progress, because I'm not. I'm losing everything I have for pieces of paper, and I'm not getting the value I spent back. So I might as well just keep the stuff and forget about that. But yeah, the future is, I guess, bright. I would say. I wasn't expecting to go from my car breaking to immediately having a new car. I was expecting to break my car and then ride a bike for like 6 months, and then maybe have scraped enough money after not paying insurance for 6 months to buy another, you know, car that's falling apart but would last a couple of months. But that's not what happened. And I'm really grateful for that. But it also was a lot. Like it might not sound like a lot because I've been able to condense it, but in real time it felt like just a constant onslaught, and it was affecting us both, myself and my partner. We couldn't sleep. We felt so bad. We didn't know how to take it. I was like, just from the beginning, just being like, I'm just grateful, I'm just grateful, I'm just grateful. But inside, you know, I felt kind of inadequate because I wasn't able to pick myself up, I guess. And the way I would have done it, I mean, the way I had it in my mind was that when that car broke, I was just gonna not have a car for a while. So to have this kind of just happen around me, and then have this decision made for me, not that I have an issue with that, it's just that, like, the plan I had in my mind wasn't what happened when the car broke. And yeah, I'm nowhere near finished with this, but it got really stressful, and I'm trying to tell this story, so I need to do stuff that's mindless, brainless stuff. I'm not like, some people might record gameplay and then do a voiceover. I'm doing gameplay and talking at the same time. So yeah, but I think I'm going to leave it here. It's been nice to offload all that stuff. Hopefully next time I come back, I can just kind of focus a bit more on what I'm doing and not have to give you some crazy life story that's just happened. But either way, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You're gonna have to pick up your phone, your device, your computer, whatever. You're gonna have to do something before an ad plays or before the video stops. Yeah, I don't think an ad's gonna play. But like I complained in the last episode, for some reason, whenever I try and watch my own videos on my own channel on Firefox, I see an ad every single time, so I had to download an ad blocker, which I would never normally do. But like, why are you showing me ads on a video that I know isn't, for a creator I know isn't getting ad revenue? Why are you doing that? That is messed up, if you ask me. But yeah, it's time for the end of the video, so it's video end party time. What? Okay, that isn't doing what I expected it to. Never mind. Sounds weird though. I mean, hold on, let me... Oh, I can't even pause it. Maybe I'll try it in the next episode to try and show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!